Well, hello. We are going to do one of my leg workouts for the quadriceps, hamstrings, and glutes with the calves. Warm up first with body weight or no weight on the machine. We're going to start with the reverse hack squat. Position the feet close in between the shoulder blades, and you're going to work the hamstrings, the medial and vastus lateralis, gluteus maximus, and medius. Brace your trunk as you lower the body weight. Your back is going to be flat. Your butt is going to be back, okay? Your knees are going to be over the toes as you hit legs to parallel position. Press up through the feet, mainly the heels. Drive the movement upward and squeeze that butt. All right, so do one warm-up set lightweight, then do 3 to 4 working sets at a weight that can complete 12 reps. And once you can do 4 sets of 12, you're going to go up in the weight, okay? So make sure you keep movement nice and steady. Don't go too fast on this exercise. Make sure you go at a safe pace. All right, so let's keep this moving with more isolated exercise. Okay, we're going to hit the outer sweep of the front of the legs, and I'm going to point to them right there. That's the vastus lateralis. All right, so get a kettlebell that is challenging, but you can still hold and keep proper form for 12 to 15 reps. So you can position the feet wider than your shoulder, wider than shoulder width. Sorry about that. You're going to point the toes outward, hold the weight hanging in between your legs, okay? I'm going to show you right here, and then you're going to position your forearms in the crease of the actual hip flexors for support. As you squat down, your torso will stay parallel to the floor throughout the entire exercise, like getting ready to do a somersault. Squat just past parallel and push back up through the heels. That's going to be very, very important. Keeping the hamstrings stretched and the quads are contracting at the same time forces the outer thighs, which is the vastus lateralis, to be the focus of contraction of this exercise. So you will feel that burn on the outer side of that quadricep. Once, this is what I like to do is when I start to fatigue out, I like to drop the heavy weight and move directly to a little bit of a lighter weight and keep pressing the movement until I feel my quads fill up with blood and they get kind of thick, and that's what I like to do for that extra burn. So if that's what you want to do, you can do that, but if this is the first time that you are doing this exercise, I would recommend just doing the weight that's challenging, and then as you progress, go ahead and grab that lighter weight. All right, let's keep it moving. We're going to go to the inverted leg press. I like to do this with the wide stance, the sumo stance. So this is going to work the glutes, the hips, which is the butt, the vastus medialis, and the inner thighs. Position the feet higher on the platform. You're going to point the toes at a 45-degree angle. You're going to lower the platform until your thighs touch your belly/chest, depending on how flexible you are. You're going to be pressing through the heels at all times. Never, ever lock those knees out when pressing up. Use a weight that you can perform 8 to 12 reps. And when you can complete 4 sets of 12, at that weight, you're going to go up to keep yourself challenged. All right. I'm moving right into the Glute Ham Raise. I like to do this movement to failure, and then I just immediately move into the glute raise, strictly the glutes and hams in that movement. So adjust this equipment can be tricky. When you put your ankles into the pads, your knees should rest comfortably past the start of the slope of the padding. Okay, so you see where my knees are? Start in the upright position on your knees, hands on your hips, and slowly extend, lowering the knees from the top movement, and then you're going to slowly rest your thighs on the top of the pad. Then as you hinge over at the hips, extending your torso downwards. To raise up, start the movement by pulling up through the hips until your torso raises up parallel to the floor. Then immediately engage the hamstrings to pull your body back up to the upright position. Pause for 3 seconds and repeat to position yourself back to lowering your body back down. Once you actually fatigue out, I like to go into the glute raise, which I then just keep progressing into more reps I can do with the glute ham raises on my next session. So I kind of just keep going until I can't do any more glute ham raises, and then I just go into the glute raise. I hope that makes sense. Sometimes I feel like I'm rambling. So once you do that, you want to make sure when you do this exercise, you do not feel any fatigue in the lower back. If you do, that means that that pad is too close to the ankle pads. So you don't want your knee pads farther than the ankle pads. You want to make sure that when you hinge all the way down, you do not feel any actual tension in the lower back. Next, we're going into the glute thrust. I like to use the Olympic barbell for this. Whenever I use this, along with a bench, the best used with the padding on that barbell to protect your pelvic area when you use more weight. All right, muscles worked here is the hamstrings and the vastus lateralis, along with the glutes, which the glutes is the main force here. So you're going to sit on the floor, back against the bench, long side, roll that bar up toward the upper thigh, put your upper back and shoulder blades against the bench, and thrust the pelvic upwards. Your upper back is supported by the bench, feet are shoulder width apart or a bit wider. Lower the butt toward the ground slowly, and at the bottom of the movement, press up through the heels and thrust those hips upward, pausing at the top of the movement and squeeze those glutes. Inhale down, exhale upwards. Okay, I like to do this exercise right after the glute ham raise because I feel that it really keeps the butt burning. Last but not least is the seated calf raise. You can't forget about those calves, everybody. You're going to build the upper body of the legs, or the upper part of the legs. You got to make sure you build the lower part of the legs. So once you're in position on this machine, this is the seated leg press. This is the seated calf raise. You're going to slowly put your balls of your feet on that platform and lift up on the balls of your feet, contracting that calf before lowering back down to the starting position. Do not use momentum on this exercise. I want you to pause at the top and feel that contraction, and then lower back down and start back up to press. All right. Once you're done with this, you're going to do 3 to 4 sets. I like to do 4 sets to 12 to 15 reps, less than a minute rest in between these sets. And just as a little exercise bonus here, I'm on the ab crunch machine after I did this leg workout. I don't use heavy weight on this. I choose to use a lighter weight, and I change the momentum of the movement to make it more challenging. I pause at the crunch position, and then I come back up to the starting position, but I don't let the stack touch or rest. At all times, there is tension within this crunch movement. I find that it really helps. Make sure when you crunch down, you exhale. When you come back to start, you inhale. And that is basically what I do for this. I do 4 sets of 25 at the lighter weight. Once I can do 4 sets of 25 and it's no longer challenging, I will put it up to a heavier weight. But then I actually go a little bit less in the repetitions until I can build back up to 4 sets of 25. That is basically it. I appreciate you guys checking out my workouts. Thank you for watching as always. And remember to smile. Remember to laugh. And most of all, and importantly, be happy. And until next time, please enjoy, like, and subscribe. I'll be back shortly with another video.